Oh, what is going on, Ada Nation? Welcome to Dapp Central. My name is Fareed. I'm your host here on the channel. And as always, in today's video, we are breaking down the latest news going on in Cardano. The very first topic or story I want to jump into is going to be surrounding a new integration using PayPal on the Ledger platform. Now, PayPal has not just only released their own stablecoin, again, they're now going to be integrating, allowing users using Ledger to purchase crypto through PayPal. The second story I want to cover as a part of today's update is going to be surrounding ADAMail, which is going to be a Web3 platform revolutionizing how we communicate and how we share email on Cardano. Following that, we're going to jump into OptionFlow, in which we now have seen the very first sneak peek of the brand new options trading platform being built on Cardano by the MuesliSwap team. Now, last but not least, I want to jump into an upcoming Cardano community event, which is now also expanded into a multi-chain event, and that is going to be the RareEvo conference taking place at the Gaylord Rockies in Denver, Colorado between August 24th through August 26th. So make sure to stay tuned for that very last update. Now, if it's the first time that you and I are crossing paths, my goal is to provide you in the community with the latest news, updates, and tutorials for the top builders here on the Cardano network. I'm also a single stake pool operator operating the official Dapp Central stake pool. And if you'd like to support me on my mission to educate the broader crypto and Cardano community, then consider delegating with the stake pool. Now, all of that aside, let's jump into the very first topic or story here for today's video, touching on PayPal being integrated as a payment option within Ledger. So Ledger, for those of you who don't know, is going to be a hardware wallet provider. They actually had a little bit of a hiccup not too long ago with a Ledger Recover feature, which really kind of brought them to the spotlight here. Now, things have kind of cooled off since then. Again, things are kind of back to normal after they kind of withdrew their plan for enacting Ledger Recover, which is basically a feature, or at least what they claim to be a feature, which would allow for your seed phrase to be backed up on additional platforms. Now, because we operate in a crypto in a Web3 space, you could probably imagine that that was not well received. Now, that aside, again, that's not really the focus here for today's video. I want to touch on the fact that we now have the integration of PayPal directly within the Ledger Live platform. So it reads here, our mission has always been to build ease of use and security for critical digital assets. That's why we're integrating PayPal directly into Ledger Live. You can now buy crypto with PayPal and get it into your custody. So this again is just going to add an additional way to on-ramp within the crypto industry. What's interesting to me is how quickly the PayPal platform has kind of ramped up with its exposure to crypto. I mentioned earlier that they recently released their own stablecoin, and this was about a week ago. And I think that, these things are going to be the norm moving forward for some of these bigger Web2 platforms. So let me know what you think down below. Again, it is a slow integration. It is a bear market. But to get one of the biggest payment providers jumping this heavily or this deep into crypto, I think is a reassuring sign, right? If we weren't getting any adoption at all, I'd be a little bit more worried. And I know that, people here in the community have raised the fact that the stablecoin being released by PayPal is not fully secure in the sense that there are some things that have been notified or identified in their smart contract that I want to point out. But before I jump into that, the fact that we have somebody like PayPal integrating and adopting crypto is huge. Again, one of the biggest payment providers that we have right now in the Web2 space. Now, if I jump over into the next tab here, I want to quickly touch on a piece of information that was kind of brought to my attention after my last video touching on PayPal. So here we have a smart contract with the PYUSD, or the PayPal stablecoin, which again, I mentioned in my last video, will be tied to the US dollar. And both of these sections highlighted here touch on some interesting functions that I want to raise here. So again, in the era of full transparency, because I was touching on the positive sides of the stablecoin in my last video, I want to highlight this here as well. So both of these sections or functions allow for, number one, the freezing of an address balance from being transferred. And then number two, the ability to wipe the balance of a frozen address and then subsequently burn the tokens that it currently holds. Now, in a Web3 space like we have right now, this is definitely not what we want to see. This kind of reminds me of what we have with USDC and with them being able to freeze some of the wallets, or at least blacklist some of the wallets that hold the USDC token. Now, whether or not they had to do this for regulatory reasons, I am not 100% sure. But if you were to ask anybody who's within the Web3 space right now, especially during this bear market, I can definitely tell you that they would not want a feature like this to be implemented. Now, this may not be the right stablecoin for you, but I do believe that this could potentially fit the needs of somebody else, whether that is a single person, an entity, or a corporation. Again, I think is, beyond me, but it is unfortunate to see something like this. But again, I'm not exactly sure why they have this in here. Was this something that was mandatory, or is this just something that they want to have just in case something goes wrong or something goes awry? Again, let me know what you think down below, but I don't want to let that steal the show here for today's video. Again, I really want to touch on the fact that you can now purchase crypto using the PayPal platform. Now, it states at the very bottom, upon launch, PayPal in Ledger Live will be available or allow users to purchase Bitcoin, ETH, BCH, and LTC or Litecoin using their PayPal balance or an eligible bank or a debit card. Very lastly, this is available only in the US and it's subject to applicable state laws. So that is going to wrap it up for the very first topic, breaking down the fact that we now have the ability to purchase crypto using PayPal within Ledger Live. The next piece of news I want to jump into is going to be a pretty short one here, but it is jam-packed with a lot of information. And this is going to be surrounding ADAMail. Now, they recently updated their logo, but they've done a lot more than that in the last week alone. So if you guys missed my fully dedicated video breaking down what ADAMail is, it's going to be a Web3 mailing solution tied to your stake key on Cardano, which is going to be a unique address on the network. And so what we now have here is going to be a piece of news surrounding the fact that ADAMail is launching on August 28th, or about 2 weeks from the time that I'm making this video. Now, the access pass will be able to be minted beginning on August 21st. So you do need an access pass. There's going to be 3 different tiers, which I'll break down here very shortly and exactly what they all entail. But again, this is going to be launching here on August 28th. So if you guys want to get an early taste, of the actual platform, then get ready, as you will be able to begin minting here on August 21st. Jumping over into the next tab, if I close this out, we have the abilities here, or some of the features that will be coming with ADAMail. So you'll be able to send and receive mail to and from wallet addresses. You'll be able to connect your ADAMail to the email client of your choice, i.e. Yahoo Mail, Google Mail, etc. Number 3, you'll get access to ADAMail via NFTs, and this will allow for you to access your email via an NFT. You also have the ability to sign emails with your wallet, as well as verify the authenticity of your emails, as well as connect a DID with your email. And then you'll be able to mass send to holders of a particular policy, as well as integrate the signature solution into DocuFi, which is going to be a Web3 signing solution being developed by the IMX team. Now, keep in mind that ADAMail itself is being developed by IMX in collaboration with NMaker, both of which have contributed greatly into the Cardano and crypto space. So those are going to be some of the features that we can expect. Moving into the next tab here, we have some of the tiers, or some of the passes, which will be available for minting on the 21st. And that includes the base pass, the gold pass, the diamond pass. So I'm not going to be able to really read out every single one of these here. Again, it is pretty simple to kind of identify what you're getting with each one. The check mark means that it is going to be a feature that you're going to get, whereas the X means that it's a feature that you're not going to get with that particular pass. And then if I scroll down towards the very bottom here, the circle references anything that is planned on the roadmap. And we can see at the very bottom that with regards to data protection, all of this will be data protected by GDPR conformity. And then all three tiers or all three passes will have an anonymity, protection, as well as spam protection. Now, some of the key differences here include the amount of storage for emails. With the base pass, you get 500 megabytes. With the gold pass, you get 750 megabytes. And then with the diamond pass, you get 5 gigabytes of data. Now, one thing to keep in mind, I believe, is that you will have a limited amount of time with each pass. At least from what I saw early on was that you would get 1 year's worth of access with the base pass and the gold pass. And I'm not exactly sure how much time you get with the diamond pass. Actually, I take that back. It states right there at the very bottom that both of the first two passes will provide 1 year. So that was accurate. And then the diamond pass will provide 5 years of validity. So that, I think, is going to do it there for that particular update. Very last thing I want to touch on is the fact that you can now head over to ADAMail.me to actually check out their official website. So here again, your Cardano wallet is now going to be your inbox. Email plus Cardano equals ADAMail. We've got some pretty cool screenshots here, kind of touching on some of the features that we will be able to get, which include a calendar as well as your inbox. And then it looks like it has some settings and some additional features here, not necessarily highlighted or displayed just yet. If I jump over into the actual Mint tab, let's see here. They talk about the gold pass, the base pass, and the diamond pass, and some of the information that I covered there on that previous slide. So that is going to do it for that update. Again, check out their official website if you guys want more information surrounding what ADAMail is bringing onto the Cardano network. The very next update I want to jump into is going to be surrounding OptionFlow. But before I do that, if you guys are enjoying today's video or Cardano Scoop, I would appreciate you if you could tap that like button. If it's your first time stopping by the channel and you want more content like this, as always, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions for me surrounding anything that we're touching on as a part of today's video, then make sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below. So jumping into the next update surrounding OptionFlow, which is going to be developed by the MusiSwap team, we now have the very first sneak peek of the OptionFlow platform. So we've already seen the sale of the OPT token, which had a lot of hype around it. And we're now seeing the next step here into launching the platform, which is going to be getting ready for their upcoming testnet. So right now, what we have is the actual smart contracts being reviewed or under audit. And in the meantime, what they're going to be doing is teasing out some of the user interface that we can expect to be coming for the OptionFlow marketplace. Now it states here that this will bring ease of use for minting, as well as a tailored experience for both novices and experts. Now, over the course of the first iteration of the OptionFlow protocol, we can expect minting options, redeeming options, and canceling options, as well as the ability to complete options or to provide, a complete options trading experience. Diving a little bit deeper into this particular screenshot, what we have here is going to be the actual token that we are going to be taking a look at when it comes to the actual options itself. So here it's going to be the milk token. We have the ability to purchase or mint a call option, which is going to be us being bullish on the price action, or a put option, which is going to be us being a little bit bearish on the future price action. Again, we have the token identified here, and then we have the strike price, which is going to be the price at which a put or call can actually be exercised. Right below that, we have the options expiration date, and then we have the amount of options contracts that we want to go ahead and mint. So I think this is pretty straightforward. Right now, I am not by any means an options expert, but I do understand this particular layout, and I can definitely draw some correlations between what I see here with Web3 options and what I have experience with when it comes to Web2 options. So let me know what you guys think down below. Is this enough information for you? Do you have experience trading options, and what are you looking most forward to when it comes to the OptionFlow protocol? That is going to do it there for that particular update. Pretty short and sweet. And then the very last thing I want to jump into is going to be surrounding a Cardano community event, which is going to be for RareEvo. Now, this was called or labeled Rare Bloom last year. I personally did attend, and it was one of the best events that I have attended here within the Cardano community. Around the same time that we had RareEvo or Rare Bloom last year, we did also have CNFTCon, which again, I did attend in Vegas, and I'll be attending both of these events again this particular year. Now, this will be taking place in the Gaylord Rockies, Colorado resort between August 24th all the way through August 26th. And some of the guest speakers we can expect include the man himself, Charles Hoskinson, Frederick Regard, who's going to be the head or CEO of the Cardano Foundation, as well as Mickey Watkins, who's going to be the CEO of World Mobile. We've got Ken Kodama, who's going to be the CEO and founder of Emergo. Let's see who else we have here. We have Ben from BitBoy Crypto. We've got some influencers such as Bullish Dumpling, Lena from the Claymates team. We've got Wob.eth. We've got Josh Stone from the Book.io platform. We've got Hosky, Dan Friedman, and so many others here that I'm just not able to name. Now, one thing that has really struck me is the fact that this is going to be a multi-chain event this year, focusing on platforms outside of Cardano as well. Now, it is going to be mainly Cardano centric, but again, they are going to be bringing in people from outside the community. So if you guys want to find out more about RareEvo, you can head over to the official website, which is available at rareevo.io. Now, I am personally planning on having a lot of interviews there, so I'll be bringing my equipment. And if you guys want any specific interviews, then please make sure to go ahead and leave those down in the comment section below. That said, what we have here is going to be some of the RareEvo ticket information. And so there's going to be 2 tickets this year at a much cheaper price than they were compared to last year. So number one, we have a general admission ticket, which is going to give you general admission with non-reserved seating. And then we have a VIP ticket, which basically gives you access to everything else that is available, including hot breakfast and lunch, drink tickets, priority access to workshops, exclusive NFTs, a Wednesday VIP kickoff party, as well as access to a VIP lounge, a VIP bar, VIP restroom, and VIP merch bag. So the very last thing I want to jump into here is going to be surrounding the actual map of some of the projects that we can expect to be coming online when it comes to the RareEvo event. So towards the very top there, we're going to have an art exhibit area, a podcast booth where I assume a lot of content creators like myself will be, and then we also have an art exhibit area as well to the right of that. Right below that, we have Snap Brillia, who will actually be giving away some of the tickets for the RareEvo and CNFTCon events. So make sure to check them out for a way to enter and potentially earn a free ticket. We also have the Ben or the BitBoy Crypto token, who's going to be having a booth there. We've got Crypto Chips, Rare Network. Let's see who else we have here. We have OrcFax, which is going to be an Oracle platform building on Cardano. We've got NMaker. We've got World Mobile. We've got Cornucopius, MLabs, Hosky, VeChain, and Maestro, just to name a few. So again, I'm going to be using this as an opportunity to not only build out my own personal network, but also give you guys an opportunity to get some content, as well as get some of your questions answered in person by some of the teams that have been contributing greatly here into the Cardano ecosystem. That is going to bring us to a close for today's Cardano Scoop. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, breaking down and covering PayPal integrating into Ledger, ADAMail, OptionFlow, and RareEvo, I really would appreciate you if you could tap that like button. If you found this information to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. And if you have any questions for me surrounding Cardano, crypto, or any of the projects that we talked about in today's video, then make sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below. That said, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.